how many girls were living? 24 girls living together. I'm like, they're kind of gay. Like they're doing stuff. I know they're doing stuff. So finally, when a girl kissed another girl, we were kind of like, thank God. I'm more than just an option. Hey, hey, hey. Oh, this is on. Espresso podcast shot 320. I'm your girlfriend, Benny, who just watched a TikTok and the music was kind of sad. So now he's kind of sad. Can we talk? Before we get started, upcoming stand-up comedy shows, Portland, June 26th. That's next Wednesday. I can't wait to go to Portland. Oh my God. Philly, July 25th. That's going to be a fun one too. Raleigh, August 22nd. Kind of scared of Raleigh. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't know how to pronounce it just yet. Get your tickies below or at benedictpolizzi.com. Watch Lovers and Liars. All episodes available on CW app. I think the show's getting more popular now that it's over. Because like I've been seeing it on TikTok and like different like meme pages, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe the show is carrying without CW. But tell your homies to join the Patreon for $5 a month. Get every other Espresso podcast, bonus pods. They're doing those now. And a live stream at the end of every week. Remember, all merch at benedictmerch.com. FBoy at checkout for 25% off. Let's get to it though. Could it be the last FBoy Island podcast of all time? Maybe. Is he wearing the flip-up sunglasses because it might be the last FBoy Island podcast of all time? No, he just wants to wear them because they wouldn't let him wear them on the show. But let's get to the question. Espresso cool question of the week. Ask me anything, Lovers and Liars or FBoy Island. Part of me is a little sad because I'm not going to be able to do that this year. I mean, unless there's a season 4, and if they ask me, I'd 100% come back. But I don't think there is another FBoy or Lovers and Liars anytime soon, unless it gets picked up by another network. But like, dude, that was every summer. Not every summer. The past 2 summers. Actually, just the past summer. So much fun. It was like going to a summer camp, kind of. God, I miss it. I miss it a lot. And I know people are like, oh my God, it's like cringy, like reality TV. No, it's like, it's actually like the best. It's the best thing you can do. But let's get into the questions. I haven't looked at any of them. You know how we do it. We're just going to rip it raw. We'll see what happens. I tried to get some of the producers on this podcast, but they're not allowed to do that for legal reasons. And so it's just solo. It's your boy. I think this is the best way to do it. Easiest way to do it. And I'm saying everything. So let's get it.
Were there any girls on the show that you were trying to avoid having a conversation with? Like you were dreading them coming to talk to you, or try to get as little time talking with them as possible? Just wanted to know your thoughts since there's limited time to talk with each girl. Thanks.
Such a good question. Honestly, coming out of FBoy Island season 3 and having like 2 days back at home and then going right on to Lovers and Liars, I had like for the first time in the world, I had like all the confidence. Because, you know, I've just been climbing out of this FBoy hole trying to win over Katie Thurston on FBoy Island season 3. And I feel like I was used to talking on camera, which is a thing you kind of got to get used to. I felt like I had like answers for things. I felt like I could answer difficult questions like kind of smooth. Not at all. But I just had confidence. So at that point in time on Lovers and Liars, I was like, yo, bring it. I was scared of all of them. But most of the time I was going to talk to a girl, I just fell back on like, yo, just make it funny, which is kind of a downfall of mine. But every time I talked to a girl and I was like, ooh. Actually, the first girl I talked to was Anissa. And she was kind of like, she had like the Kardashian look. You know what I mean? She was like from Vegas. She was hot. She was like, she had body. And I was like, yo, this is like, For the first convo, this is a little much. Like, she's like, honestly, this girl's out of my league. But I'm like, all right, let's do it. Run it. You know what I mean? Like when you have like you're in that situation, you have like adrenaline and like cameras are on and like, honestly, like you got the clothes on. You know what I mean? I made sure I was tan, like I felt good, I looked good. Like if I was unprepared, I would have been unprepared during the conversation. But she was the first girl that talked to me, and I was like, dude, this is horrifying. But when we got going, I was like, whatever, let's run it. And it was kind of a decent conversation. It was funny. And then like the next person that talked to me, because I'm not used to being on this side, so the next person that talked to me was Jan. And Jan was like really like, at first, like I kind of thought she was like really like nerdy a little bit. Cause she was like really smart and very polite. And I was like, oh, there's no way this girl's an F girl, but she was playing the game. But she was also really fun and easy to talk to. And at that point in the series, I was like, dude, she's somebody I could just always talk to. Cause she like wasn't really that intimidating. And I was just like, yeah, I could rock with Jan. But was there anybody I didn't want to talk to? Probably Nikki Glazer. But let's keep going.
Since you were on both FBoy Island and Lovers and Liars, which do you think was a better setup or more entertaining? The girls fighting for 3 boys or the boys fighting for 3 girls?
I love the homies, but I got to agree that the best situation is for the girls to like carry the show, and then you just let the dudes kind of like make mistakes and be funny. That's the best chemistry. That's the best like thing for TV, because the girls are just, I don't know, something about girl drama and them being like pretty too is like, I got to watch it. Like, what are they going to do next? When it was a bunch of guys, it was still entertaining, but for some reason it just wasn't as good as I think girls are better on TV. They are. Dudes cause a lot of chaos and stuff, but it's just more fun to watch girls. And then when the girls like talk to the 3 guys, which happened to be me, Casey, and CJ, dude, it's a perfect blend. I think Lovers and Liars is the way to do it. I think they're going to have F Girl Island again. They're going to have F Girl Island. Somebody's going to pick it up because it's too good and it's too much of like the title itself, F Girl Island, is like, I hate the way they changed the name to Lovers and Liars. They did it because they can't like sell ads or whatever on CW, which like whatever, it makes sense. But who's not watching F Girl Island? You see that? You're like, I'm watching that. And like the girls, I think all the girls I thought they all looked really good. I'm like attracted to a certain type. I mean, I'm attracted to all of those girls, honestly. And right when they all came out, like you think one thing, but when you're on TV for a long time, you're like, yo, do I love all of them? And now I miss all of them. And like, it was such a good time. I think the F Girl Island like strategy is the best way to go. FBoy Island wasn't bad either. Looking at it though, like what was so bad about FBoy Island season 1, season 2, season 3? But season 1, season 2, it was a good ass show. Both are good, but I think the girls just carry for sure. Let's keep going.
What was your favorite moment on the show?
First thing that comes to mind, favorite moment. I'm not even gonna like debate in my head about this. Favorite time on the show. We had 2 days off every single week because we shot Lovers and Liars and FBoy Island season 3 at a wedding resort. So we had Saturday and Sunday off every single weekend, 2 days off in a row. In the first week of Lovers and Liars was so like everybody going crazy. Like, we don't know what we're doing. Like, this is like, it was just chaos so hard. We had those first 2 days off. And that weekend, this is so dude, is when college football started. And like, so me, Casey, CJ all have our own like little houses that we stay in. Like the leads got like, they hooked us up, honestly. we don't stay in like a mansion like we did on FBoy Island with all the dudes together. We had our own little private, like, I forget what they called them, like Cerritos or something. Doritos, cicadas. They called them something. It sounded like food, actually. Cicadas. That's an insect. But we got to stay there by ourselves. And we had 2 days off, and college football started. And we could do whatever we wanted. And after elimination, like the Friday night, we were like, oh, bro, we get to wake up and watch college game day tomorrow. It was just me and Casey just trapping it out all day. I just stayed on my bed. No phones, 2 dudes, college football on TV. We had like a 12-pack of Corona. Best day of my life. And we're in Malibu, just like we could just walk outside and get a tan. Dude, I miss it. That was my favorite part. Not even part of the show, but the behind the scenes. My favorite part on the show, probably, I don't know. I really like douche tank every time. Cause it's going to be like messy. It's going to be funny. It's like, it's like game showy. Like the girls look good. The dudes look good. It's just always a win. Nobody really messes up too bad and says something stupid except for Danny and CJ, like every time. But douche tank is always the best too, just because I feel like everybody's having a good time. Let's keep going.
Benny, what's up, mommy?
Yes,
if I describe
love
your
this
FBoy Island
dude.
career in NBA terms, I think it goes like this. Scouts in your rookie year were a little bit skeptical with those flip-up sunglasses, but I think you made an impact. You didn't win Rookie of the Year. That has to go to Mercedes. Second time around, it's like, okay, this kid's got some playoff experience. Making it to the conference finals last year, came up short. You came out hot, but you revealed you were an F-boy, so the reporters blew that up as a locker room controversy. So I give you like second, third team All-NBA.
Dude, I love this guy.
Now in your third season, the boys were stacked.
Yeah.
Squad, Casey's LeBron, you're D-Wade, CJ's Chris Bosh.
We can do that.
So you were like kind of the star, but not quite the MVP of the show.
Were we the big
What are your
three?
thoughts on this? I'd like to hear yours. Slap my ass like I'm Udonis Haslam at age 52 still in the league. Fuck.
That comparison. No, yeah, you're probably right. Didn't get Rookie of the Year, but I think the people were like, the people thought I got robbed. And I'll take that. I'll take the underdog. Season 3 conference finals, didn't make it. Just wasn't our year, bro. Just wasn't our year. You're right about that. Lovers and Liars. Yeah, that was a big 3. And dude, hey, I think Casey's the face of the franchise. You're right. He took his talents to Lovers and Liars. The King. I'm not a little too mad at D Wade. Mr. 305. Wade County. I'll take it. Hey, we got a ring. That's all I'm saying. We got a ring. I completely agree. Dude, you're sexy for all of that. Dude, I love you guys. Thank you for leaving voice messages. I know, like, I say this all the time, but you don't know how much it means and how much thought you put into it and how much better you make this podcast. So, go Heat. Let's keep going.
Were there any girls that were going after Casey or CJ that you wish went after you instead?
Tough. At the beginning, I don't think they exactly knew who was going for who. And like behind the scenes, Camille was looking at me like, I'm going to ruin your life. And I was like, wouldn't mind. But at that point we didn't know. And I was like, yo, that is the biggest F girl of all time. And then I think like they went back in and kind of like reassigned, or I don't know. The producers don't assign any girl. It's just like who you gravitate towards. And Camille was like locked with Casey after that. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I didn't want those problems anyway. But Camille, I think Michi's really cool, but on the other hand, like, dude, her and Jan are like best friends. So if those two would have gone for me, it wouldn't have like made sense. Dude, I really like a lot of the girls, and it's a shame I didn't really get to talk, because if you're not, if a girl's not going after you on the show, you literally don't say anything to them. It's so weird. I feel like I didn't even know half of them. But I've talked to like Kiara, Michi, like after the show, so I got to know them really well. And I bet if I got to talk to a lot more, I would have a different story. But at the beginning, like first glance, I was like Lauren, and then Jan Danielle kind of snuck up because she was just so like, I don't know, I just related with her a lot. Like I don't know, everything we said to each other was really on point, and she grew on me a ton, obviously. And then like Lauren out of the gate, and honestly, yeah. Michi, I didn't really know. Hannah, off like first glance, I was like, she's given like really like I was like, I like her because she's just like normal. Like there was no like thing with her. I was like, yo, that's just like a cool ass girl. Like she's just like a normal, like I would like see her at the mall ass girl. I was like, I kind of like that. I'm trying to think who else. Jaslyn was super dope because she was really outgoing and she had the wrestling vibe. And I was like, that's cool as shit. I'm trying to think who else. Already said Camille. I feel like Danny was kind of like, she felt like off limits a little bit because I don't know. Casey and her knew each other, and Casey was like, yo, bro, Danny's going for CJ. So automatically I was like, didn't even think about Danny. But behind the scenes, she was cool. She was a homie for sure. I'm trying to think who else. Couldn't with Mia. No way. She was going full CJ the whole time, so I didn't even think about it. Let's keep going.
Hey Benny, it's Blair and
Aaron.
And we want to know,
Anonymous.
Where does Nikki sleep? Because does she just sleep outside or?
Dude, I love you guys. I don't know. The whole entire time when we were at the wedding event center that we were at on LA Island, like the dudes stayed like in those little like rooms. They're like 5 rooms with 3 or 4 dudes in each one, depending on what point of the show we were in. Casitas, that's what those little like single rooms are called, just remembered. But like they never told us where Nikki stayed. Like on some crazy shit, they thought we were gonna like go over there and like egg her house or something, which we probably would. But they never told us. And we lived right, it was in Malibu. So she would like, sometimes she wouldn't even stay on the resort. Cause one time we were doing Elimination and Nikki was there and like she was doing makeup and stuff. And she was like, I gotta leave after this cause I have to go to the Hollywood Improv and do a set. And I was like, oh shit, she doesn't even like stay here like that. She just has like free reign, whatever she wants to do. Dude, she's like a goddess on set. I saw like she would work out early, like in this like special workout place. Dude, we had like the crappiest, rustiest, like bitch ass equipment. And I'd see Nikki walk by like to the gym and I'd be like, okay, I don't know where she's going or where she came from, but like that's definitely Nikki right there. And I'd say hi. I'd be like, hi. Like my voice would crack. I don't know. She stayed like on the property sometimes. She could do whatever she wanted, but they never told us because they thought we were going to like, I don't know what they thought, but we were all terrified of her. Actually, every time she spoke to me, I was like, that was the girl I was terrified to talk to the most. Just keep going.
Hey there, Benny. So my sister is best friends with Lexi from the show. And when she got kicked off the show, they cut out the part where she turned to the other girl and made out with her. And I just wanted to know, like, what was the actual reaction from everybody when that happened and why the hell they cut that out, because it would have made for amazing television.
I know.
So you're hilarious and we love you. And yeah.
Love you more. Thank you. Why do I have to say thank you like I'm ending a speech or something? But why'd they take out the kid? Oh, dude. Okay, Lexi got eliminated. And they tell you on the show, they tell you like, bro, if you're getting eliminated, like go out with a bang. We're on TV. Like You know, like they're kind of like, if you're going to do something wild when you get eliminated, like do it. They do say that. I don't know if that's like too much producing. It's not at all, I don't think, because everyone does what they want anyway. But yeah, Lexi got eliminated. And this was like week 6 or something. Like it was pretty deep into the show. She gets eliminated and she's like, I don't even like you guys anyway. And we're like, not shocked. And then she goes, you know who I really do like? Jan. She goes over to Jan and they make out. And dude, what was the reaction? No one was shocked. Everybody was not surprised. We were just like, Jesus Christ. I was like, damn, Jan doesn't even kiss me like that. That's the only thought that was going through my mind. I was like, good Lord. Yeah, it's just some CW shit, honestly. I don't mean to ride CW for like how they do things, but they're a little more like PG-13 than HBO. But if this thing was on HBO, everything would be in there. And that kiss would have been in the trailer for the season. I wonder how many other things they cut out that I forgot. But it was so chaotic the whole time between the girls. That kiss like didn't shock anybody, but it was like dope. We're all just like, oh. That was my exact reaction. All right, those were the voice messages. We've got a bunch of like direct message questions, and I'm just going to rip through them. I'm going to do every single one. Where's Jan? First one. Anonymous. I don't know, probably like at her house or something. I'm reading all of them. I don't know, but she's not here. She's right there. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, what was your reaction when Lexi kissed the girl next to her at Elimination? Why'd they cut it? I think you're the girl that just left the voice message, but they cut it because CW, there's parents watching. I don't know. There's kids watching. CW is kind of like a family-friendly thing. But my reaction, not surprised at all. I was just like, dude, how many girls were living? 24 girls living together? I'm like, they're kind of gay. Like they're doing stuff. I know they're doing stuff. So finally, when a girl kissed another girl, we were kind of like, thank God. Do you think you and Jan Danielle will get back together? Not sent by her, LOL. Okay. From Jan's burner account. Do I think we'll get back together? I don't know. Maybe if I get my shit together. But the reason we're not together is kind of because, like, I don't know, my life right now is not equipped to have like an actual full-on girlfriend. And it was either like, you know, have a girlfriend and don't treat her the way I want to treat her, or not have a girlfriend. And we both kind of decided it was best not to. Unfortunate, but what do, you know? How hard were you during the ceremonies? Ceremonies. Like I was graduating. I wasn't hard the entire show, to be honest. Didn't even think about it. And actually I felt scared to be turned on. It was just such a wild, it's weird to be like horny on that show. There's too much going on. I'm like overstimulated by 8 girls every single night. I'm like, I don't even know what to do anymore. Wasn't ever hard. Still never. Haven't been hard since. Who is your least favorite person on the island and why? Is Nikki as cool as she seems? My least favorite person on the island. Like, for Lovers and Liars, I didn't really have a least favorite girl. Maybe the first girl I eliminated that was like, she was funny. I can't say that. And I didn't get to know her very well at all. I was just like, you got to make more of an effort to like win me over. She was kind of just chilling, like talking to me. And I was like, yo, this is like talking to like no one right now. That actually went through my head. I was like, what is happening with this girl? she would like nod every few seconds, but I was like, that's all you got? And then she was like, you're boring as shit at Elimination. I was like, okay, she's not wrong. No, I didn't really hate her, to be honest. She was cool, but I just didn't understand her game plan. Who did I hate? Dude, it's hard to hate anyone on that show. I guess I hated Marco. Marco is kind of annoying sometimes, but nah, he ended up, me and him ended up being friends. I hated Marco in the beginning of FBoy Island season 3, but immediately we became boys, so that was cool. But I guess I did hate him for a second. They wanted us to hate each other, but it just wasn't possible. I can honestly say I didn't. You could say I hated Vince. I didn't hate Vince, though. He just won. And he was really nice the whole time. No, I didn't hate anybody. I can't even say that I hated Mercedes in season 2 because you gotta respect the game. Like, he was trashing me a little bit when I wasn't there, but like, you gotta fucking win somehow. Yeah, I can honestly say I didn't hate any of the guys or the girls. Even the dudes that beat me. Still homies. Is Nikki as cool as she seems? Nikki is actually like very genuine. You know when you like meet somebody and you think you meet like a celebrity and you're like automatically you kind of think they're going to be a dick. Like Nikki's a complete opposite. Nikki will go like out of her way to help you and stuff. Like she knows the grind. She like knows how it goes. She will help you out. She will put you on. She's always like, let me know if you want me to repost something, like, and it doesn't seem like that's much help, but like it is. If I texted Nikki and I was like, yo, can I feature for you? She would probably say, yeah. I would never do that because like she's got her own shit going on. And honestly, I would never even reach out to her right now because she's like top 2, not 2 comedians right now. Like, but she would still go out of her way to help me with anything. And yeah, she really is that cool. And she's not like, you know, some really funny ass, like hot people are always like way too funny and hot, you know? And Nikki's like, she can talk to you like a normal person. That's why Nikki's so cool. Like she won't try to like out funny you. She won't try to like get the best like little joke in at the end. Like she's just normal. And I'm like, thank fucking God, dude. Like I talked to Nikki in the green room after we did a show together in Temecula. And I was like, God, I haven't had a good conversation like this in like 3 months. She was just like wanting to know about all my stuff. Like her friend Anya, who performs with her on the road, she's a really good singer. I was like, this is like, I feel like I'm talking to like my sisters or something right now. Like it just felt so normal. I was like, I feel like this is like the coolest celebrity interaction I've ever had ever. Cause I didn't feel like weird or nervous. I felt like I could say anything. It was just cool. Yeah. Nikki's dope. Watch the roast of Tom Brady and her special. Someday you'll die. Listen to that song the other day too. Download that. Do you keep in touch with Nikki? Do y'all hang when the cameras weren't rolling? I keep in touch with Nikki, like, you know how you like DM one of your homies every now and then? That's as far as that goes. Like, I'm not like, so what's up? Like, I would never do that. But like, if she has like a funny clip, I'll comment on it. She'll be like, what's up? She'll be like, yo, she hit me up after like she went on the Pat McAfee podcast and they talked about me. She was like, yo, we just talked about you on Pat McAfee. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. You know what I mean? But every now and then, and then I'll run into her every now and then at like a comedy club or something. That's her outside. No, I'm just kidding. Did y'all hang when the cameras were rolling? Nah, we couldn't really talk to her that much unless she talked to us. Not on like some weird shit, but it was kind of on like some she's busy. dudes weren't just like, yo, Nikki, even though she would have been like, what up, bitch? You know what I mean? Dudes weren't, the vibe was like, yeah, just keep it business. Like, don't distract her. She's got shit going on. Like, she's trying to like run the show. Like, but like after we were done from the night and she was like walking by us, we could like talk to her a little bit and stuff and she'd be cool. And, if anything, they would be like, Nikki, don't talk to them so much. That's how like cool and funny Nikki is. She'll just hang. And it was honestly a relief sometimes. Like whenever Nikki like makes an appearance on Lovers and Liars or FBoy Island, you're like, oh shit, here we go. Like something's about to go down. But sometimes on Lovers and Liars, when we were talking to Nikki, I was like, thank God, dude. We can just sit here and like, and it's amazing to me that somebody like her actually like keeps the storyline she knows what's going on. Like at the beginning of the show, she's like, Benedict, so you're dating like Jaslyn, Jan, and she like listed off 6 girls. And I was like, how'd you know all their names? I don't even know all their names yet. Like she was locked in. And it was sometimes asking for her advice, like really did make a difference. Cause I'd say something like kind of off the wall and she'd be like, no, I agree. And I'd be like, yes. Okay. That's a strategy I'm going to use then. Like, I think I said something to like, she was like, well, who do you actually like? And I was like, I don't know. I kind of like all of them. It's just the girl that makes me not want to like blow my head off. And she's like, that actually isn't a bad strategy. And I was like, that's what I'm doing. So she was a relief. And you got to hang out with Nikki a lot more when you're a lead. That's for sure. Was there anyone you regret sending home or eliminated too early? No. Not at all. I have zero regret. That's crazy. First time with no regrets. I mean, I was like 5-0. I was the F girl slayer. Like, I don't regret sending home an F girl, but you know what did hurt a little bit is when you send home a girl and then they're like, I just want to let you know, like, you're really nice. And, they're just like kind of like, we're for real. Like I sent home Fa and they didn't really show it, but Fa was so real the whole time. And she like, I could tell like she like respected me. I was like, all right, that's a first. Maybe not like at Elimination or, you know what I mean? Like something, but I could tell like she was being real the whole time. And she like, I don't know, we had a little inside joke. She didn't get much screen time, which is kind of unfortunate because she was funny and cool and hot and like, you know what I mean? Like she did her own thing, did it her own way, which was dope. But she on Elimination, she like gave me like some Crest white strips, which like being on network TV, this sounds dick, but being on network TV, like I knew they weren't going to show it like on TV because you can't like have like actual branding. Like you can't show Crest white strips on a network because you like, then you got to pay Crest. So I knew they were going to cut that part out, but I was like, oh damn, like you remembered the joke I made like 4 weeks ago and you like brought me something at Elimination. I don't know. She was just really nice. I don't regret eliminating her, but it was like, damn, like that was, you get kind of sad, dude. You eliminate a girl, you get kind of sad. Even when I eliminated Mia, and she was clearly an F girl, I was still like, damn, that is my homie though. Like I just sent her home. But honestly, I heard that Mia was like had like finals the next day or something. And I was like, why are you even here? So I didn't feel that bad for that one. I felt bad at the end for Jaslyn, honestly. Oh, I gotta sit like this. And he is sitting on the floor because he just moved into a new apartment and he has 0 furniture. Jaslyn was so dope. I keep saying dope, I need to shut up. Jaslyn was just like I don't know. Some part of me was like, is she just playing the game? Or are we like really close? I felt like me and Jaslyn were super close, especially near the end. And it kind of felt like she like really, really liked me. So I just felt bad. And even if she just liked me on TV, I mean, I could kind of feel it too. So I don't know, maybe I'm tripping, but I felt bad. And she was like of course, Jaslyn was like a good sport about it. Cause I don't know. I kind of felt like it was a little too obvious that I liked Jan. Like starting like week 5, I was like, dude, I think like I don't want to mail it in or anything, but like these girls probably know. And Jaslyn was like, bruh, I knew the whole time, but like I just, you know, had hopes for the end. And I was like, oh God, that sucks. But then again, like Jaslyn might get cast for FBoy Island season 4 or whatever. So I'm like, I don't really feel too bad. I've been eliminated hella times, but I was like, deep down, it's always better to be the underdog. So yeah, that I don't regret any of it, but you're still sad. Like even when you eliminate a straight up F girl week 2, doesn't matter. I'm still like, damn, I feel like a dick. Why do I feel like a dictator up here or something like that? How was the catering this time? Oh, it was better for Lovers and Liars. FBoy Island season 3. I'm sorry I'm like making these answers so long-winded, but I actually don't care. Why is he still wearing the flip-up glasses? He's just reminiscing and kind of sad that FBoy Island's probably over. Maybe not, though. How was the catering this time? FBoy Island season 3, bunch of dudes. I think if they did FBoy Island season 3 10 times, the catering would be bad all 10 times. Because you just can't. Dudes eat everything, and they just couldn't wrap their heads around give them protein, steak, chicken, shrimp, fish, barbecue. Give them that shit and like vegetables on the side. They were giving us like more salad and shit than meat. And we're like, bro, we're dudes. We're just going to eat ribs and shit and then have like some broccoli on the side. They're giving us like 2 times as much broccoli as protein. We're like, come on. They just couldn't figure it out. And the amount of times we're like, yo, tell them this. They just never got it right. It was actually bizarre. And even when they were like, fuck it, get in and out for these guys, they didn't get enough. Some people just don't, they really underestimate how much dudes can eat, especially like when we haven't eaten for a long time. And it's just like, it's honestly like catering a football team. It's like it's like being a cafeteria at a college. You just got to like over order because we're not going to eat it all. Like if there's a bunch of food, we're just going to eat until we like die. Like we won't, someday you'll die. We won't just like leave it there to waste. And they never understood that. But they kind of learned for Lovers and Liars. And also girls don't eat as much as dudes. So it was kind of cool. And the people didn't like cater because girls are a little more picky. They are. And they like, if they don't want the food, they won't eat it. But if dudes don't want the food, we'll just eat it anyway because we're like, fuck it. So they did a lot of like restaurant runs for the girls. Probably just to like, you know, just for insurance. Like they kind of have to like it. Like too bad it's from like a urbane cafe. Like we were going to cafes and they'd go around and get everybody's order and then just bring it in. And it's like, you can't really mess that up because like, okay, you ordered the wrong thing. That's on you. Like, yes, the food was better to answer your question. I'm just talking. But the food was better because they ordered from cafes, real places, in and out. Sometimes like Lovers and Liars felt a little more special. Like they set aside money for it or something because late at night after elimination, it's like 10 p.m. There's no more food. They would just come back with a bunch of like tacos from like a taco truck. They had Chick-fil-A breakfast. Like they were hooking it up for Lovers and Liars. It was way better. Someday you'll die. Favorite sports memory with your dad? Favorite sports memory with your dad? I'm trying to remember like an obscure one. You know, it might be this past Father's Day when he beat the shit out of me in putt-putt. Am I ever going to beat my dad in putt-putt? I have one time and I retired because I was like, I know this isn't ever going to happen again. Retired. And I was like, I'm never playing again because I wanted to go out on top. came out of retirement for this past Father's Day, beat the hell out of me. I'll never forget it. We took a good picture after, actually. Favorite sports memory? There's got to be another one. Oh, one time he gave me a black eye when we were playing football on Thanksgiving. Never forget that. And the next day it was so swollen. I like had basketball practice and I was running down the court and I could just feel my fucking eye. Like I had like a growth on my face. It was so big. And my coach was like, what happened to your face? And I was like, my dad kneed me in the head. And he was like, sounds right. Get on the line. I was like, God damn it. But I'll never forget that. When do we find out if you're still happy in your relationship in real life after the finale? I dated Jan for like 10 months after the show. Like real life dated. She lives like an hour away from me, so I'd see her like every now and then. Yeah. But we broke up because, I don't know, I can't do it. I can't have a girlfriend. Like I can't do it. I can't set aside enough of my time to make myself happy with them, honestly. I feel like kind of a dick a little bit. But one day I'll figure it out. Is it a cop-out answer? No. Like, what? That's bullshit. No, it's not. I can't have a full girlfriend and do my whole life. I can't do it right now. Okay, I'll have a girlfriend and just not text her for a week because I'm doing shit. It's rude. I'm not going to do that. But maybe one day. Have you ever tried to date Nikki? If she was single, would you? You two are perfect together. I honestly, she's seen enough of me that she'd probably be like, nah, bro. I don't know. And she's been booed up for a minute. I would be taken back if Nikki was interested in me after all of the times I stuttered in front of her on national TV. Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd be shocked. She's too much of a goddess right now. I'd be like, yo. I'd see her and like bow down to her. Do you think it might actually be better to date someone who is not on social media famous? I don't even know if I can relate to somebody that's not on social media like that. It just seems like everybody is. You mean somebody that has like 8,000 followers? That's still a lot of followers. But who doesn't have 8,000 followers? If a girl has like 291 followers, I'm like, who'd you kill? It feels like every girl I've ever dated has like, 10,000 followers. Is that famous? I don't know. But like every single girl these days like has a hot Instagram. Doesn't matter who you are. You have like a hot Instagram. Would it be easier to date them? I would kind of be like, what are you doing with I'd probably check on them and be like, are you okay? Your social media? It's kind of, can you post a thirst trap? What's going on, babe? Can we get some dudes in your DMs? What are we doing here? I would act like that. No dudes, no horny guys in your DMs? Hey, we got to get that fixed. We got to get that changed. We need horny guys in the comments or else you're just not doing it right. That's how I would go about it. I don't know. I think it'd be weird not to date someone who has like followers on social media. I think I've never done it, so I can't really even think how that would be. For one, you could look at JD and know she's an F girl. Were you really surprised that she was an F girl? No. Like 70% of me knew she was. But I was still like, I mean, she looked at me in the face and said she wasn't like 4 times. So I was like, maybe she isn't. And honestly, if she would have been a nice girl, I would have been like, not as interested. I'd have been like, not as exciting anymore. I was kind of surprised. I honestly was surprised though, because she was like doing all the things to be a nice girl. But deep down, I was like, there's no way, dude. There's no way. But yeah, I was still surprised. Obviously, that was real. I can't really fake anything like that. And they're like, bro, if anything, before the show started, they're like, if anything happens, you need to like take a minute, just do it. Like, we don't care. Like, and that's just real life. Like, if you're like thrown off by something, or like you just need to like walk away, it doesn't matter what it is. You could be mid conversation with the first girl you talk to on the first night. If you need to like walk away and like, you know, get your shit together, do it. And I was like, all right. So I just kept that in mind, and like, I felt like that was a good time to like walk away and be like, okay. But on some actual BTS that night, because I like at that point in the show, spoiler alert, I kind of knew I was going to go for Jan, like kind of no matter what. So that's kind of what I was more shocked by. Because I was like, dude, if Jan's a nice girl, I kind of already like her. And that means like we're going to split the money automatically. I kind of have an easy road out of here. But then she ended up being an F girl. So I was like, fuck, dude. Now I actually have to win her over and trust her. So that's kind of what I was upset about. And that night, I woke up at 3 a.m. and I like didn't know what to do. I was like, you know, when you're like upset and you literally can't sleep because you're so upset. That's what I was doing that night. And it was real. Like during the show, it seems like there's no way you would act like that. You act like that like day 3. You like start thinking a little bit differently. Like I woke up at 3 a.m. and took a cold shower because Jan was an F girl. Who is this guy? But no, I really did that because I was like, God damn, what if she takes all the money at the end? Like, what if she's super playing me? That's so embarrassing. And like, I would have fallen for it. So I was like, I don't really know what to do. And I was kind of caught up for a little bit, but I was like, all right, let's just play it out. Let's see how it goes. And if she were to take all the money at the end, like I was ready for that too. Your boy had a plan. Would you go back for another series? Yeah, I would. I don't want to be so accessible, but I think they could ask me to come back on FBoy Island or Lovers and Liars every year until I'm dead, and I'd say yeah. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? It honestly, because it's like the biggest challenge of all time. It is the hardest thing to go on a reality show and like almost win every time. I'd be so pissed off if I got eliminated like week 2. Oh my God, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. But I don't know, because I have a fear. My biggest fear on season 2, my first time on FBoy Island, was like, dude, if you get eliminated like week 2, you are such a like bitch. That's what was in my head. So I just tried hard to stay there. I was like, dude, I'm doing anything and everything to stay here. And it never gets easier. So like season 3, I was like, you know, maybe I got a better chance, but I had to work just like even harder on season 3 just to like, dude, it's so hard. Reality TV is so hard. And that's one of the reasons I like it. Cause you got to like have a game plan every night. You got to like have shit to say. You can't just, I don't know. I'm not a guy that can just walk in there all smooth and like game up a girl and it's all A-okay. Like I got to kind of have a plan. And that's why I like it. And I don't know, you just got to be yourself. And the fact that people liked me being myself on TV, I was like, all right, dope. It was kind of like, I don't need gratification. Yes, I do all the time. But it felt good to know, like, you know, I can fuck up and be all awkward and weird on TV. And people were still like, yeah, bro, that's just Benny. We like him. I was like, all right, cool. I can kind of like do it. I can just be myself on TV and people like it. Yeah, I'll come back every year. Are you still with Jan Danielle? Nah. Sorry. Not together. It's not like a big, that's like half of these questions. Sorry. It's not a bad thing either. She gets it. I told her what's going on with me. It's not like, you know, she's not one of those girls that like won't talk to you and blocks you and shit. She's like, yo, I still like fuck with you. And I'm like, yeah, I fuck with you. I like you too. Like, I think that's the realest thing about her is that sometimes when you break up with a girl, they like are insane and they like hate you. And I'm like, bro, we dated for like 10 months. How could I hate you? Like, it just doesn't work out sometimes. And you don't have to like not talk to the like grow up, you know? And JD's a real one for that. Not really a question, but all I'm going to say is your boy fumbled Michi a baddie for real. Slide her digits. Dude, Michi was sick. Michi, to me, after the show was... I didn't really get to talk to her too much on the show, but after the show, we all rode back to the airport, and Michi was just being, like, cool as fuck. And Casey was in there, and, like... Jaslyn was in there. We're all just like in a van going to the airport after the show. It feels like a dream. But that's when I realized that like Michi and Jazz are dope. Michi was wearing like a Nike necklace. I was like, bro, she's cool as fuck. I was kind of like, Casey, you fucked up. Hannah's dope. Hannah's cool too in her own way. And yeah, that's just, I don't know. It just goes to show you if we had more time with the girls, like who knows what would have happened. Because maybe Casey saw something different too near the end or outside of the show. I don't necessarily think he fumbled because like what you like. And from the jump, Casey really liked Hannah a lot. And it came down to the wire at the end because like for a second he was like, dude, what do I do? And I was like, who do you really like? And he was like, Hannah. And I was like, okay. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, you just got to go with what you're feeling, especially in that situation on that show. And like, bro, Hannah from the first day when we saw the girls, me and Casey were both like, yo, she's cool and hot. Like, obviously, all the girls are beautiful. Did the women fighting factor into your decisions? Are you more attracted to women who get along well with others? Yeah. I'm more attracted to women that don't. I think the group of girls that I was dating, none of them ever stirred up any drama. And I think that's kind of a flex. I was like, yo, the girls I'm talking to, they just chill. And they're like well behaved. I'm like, that's hot to me. But if like one of them was mouthing off all serious and like being like a big problem in the house and pissing everybody off, I would have eliminated her. I would have been like, bro, you're pissing everybody off. But if you're just like being funny and like kind of, you know, you can throw jabs and all that. But if you cause like a big scene and people hate you, and especially like you can tell like the producers, like if you're treating the people the wrong way, like if you're being kind of like a diva, and I heard about it, like I would eliminate you. Like if you're like given wardrobe problems, like, yo, be grateful you're on vacation on TV. If I heard one of those girls was like being like disrespectful, I would have eliminated them easy. Even if I liked them, like, yo, you don't act like that. Hold on one second. Okay. If money was never on the table, would you have still signed up for Lovers and Liars? Yeah. I never thought I was going to win for 1 second on any of the shows I was on. I just always was like, yo, I'm here to have a good time and like be on the show. I'm here to do funny shit on the show was my like top line. Be on the show, be funny, have fun, get screen time, say cool shit, meet the homies. Dude, maybe you'll actually like one of the girls. Happened. But money was always like a bonus for me. I was like, yo, if it happens, like that'd be sick, but I doubt it ever happens. Because anytime money is promised to you, like you never get it. And even when I won the money, I was still like, we're not ever going to see this money. Like, it's just, I don't know. It never works out. So I was always like, money's not even a thing for me. And even when I won it, I was like, cool, we're never going to get it. But the idea was dope. We did get it, by the way. What was it like to date people you didn't have a genuine... What was it like? Sorry. What was it like to date people you... I'm like, I got to text one of the homies real quick because he asked me a question. What was it like to date people you didn't have genuine interest in, but still had to entertain for the show as a lead? That's when you really got to put on the like acting mask, you know? That was part of the challenge I was talking about earlier. Like, no, I wasn't interested in Elizabeth, but like have a good conversation with her so it looks good on TV. And maybe you have such a good conversation with somebody that you are, and you do end up like being interested in them. I don't know. I was just like, bro, just do the best you can. It was hard sometimes because I was like, she's clearly not into me, and I'm clearly not into her. But like, I don't know. Let's see what we can do here. It was tough sometimes, but girls are pretty much easy to talk to on that show because they're all like. They know going in that you have to be entertaining. Like you can't just talk to a wall. Like maybe Jasmine, the girl I eliminated first, she was probably the worst one to talk to, but she was still like not bad. And girls don't get nervous in front of the camera, so like they're always good to go. Like it was pretty easy talking to all of them, even if you weren't interested in them. And for me, not to be interested in a girl is a little rare too. Like there's always something I can like be interested in, you know? Like, okay, maybe I don't find you attractive at all, but I'm still like, I kind of got a dump truck, you know? There's always something. Give each show you were on rating from 10. Give each show you were on a rating from 10 based on how much you enjoyed being on it. Season 2 FBoy Island, I'd probably give that a 10 out of 10 because it like was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was like so much fun. I had no idea what I was doing, but I ended up like doing pretty well. Like it had a good, like it seemed like everybody watched it. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for that one. The cast was amazing, I thought. Like we had ballers on season 2 FBoy Island. Like the girl leads were so good. Tamaris, Louise, Mia, and the dudes. I was like, these dudes are kind of A1. Like we had like Mikey D, Sneaky, like Danny, Casey, Mercedes, like Tom, like those guys were such good cast members. And they had like, they're all very interesting. Season 3 FBoy Island, I'd probably give that like a 6 out of 10. The cast wasn't as strong. The production wasn't as good. There's no Limbro, you know, it's just not. And like Garrett was on season 2 too. Like he's a baller, bro. Yeah, 6 out of 10, season 3 FBoy Island, just because it was like, it just seemed a little like not what it was, not what it used to be. And like, you gotta do, you know, you gotta play with sometimes you gotta play like, at a disadvantage. And that's what I felt like we were doing the whole time. I was like, yo, I don't know. We don't have like, I know we're not going to have good marketing for this. Who watches CW? But I was just like, all right, fuck it. Let's just make it the best show we can. Wasn't great. Lovers and Liars. So much potential. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Like dealing with the place we were filming, like the budget, like we still made it like the best show, I think. God, I miss it so much. Maybe production wasn't as good. Maybe we could have done a lot more on HBO, Netflix because of like resources and stuff like that. Like dates weren't as good, honestly. Like, you know, season 2 on HBO, we were like on like beachside on the sand, riding horses on zip lines and shit, like upside down, like on a yacht. Like it was insane. And CW, like season 3 in Lovers and Liars, we were like playing Pop-A-Shot. Like, you know what I mean? It just didn't. And that kind of stuff does make a huge difference on dating shows because people like watch dating shows for the dates. And if you're just playing Pop-A-Shot and then sitting on a couch, like it's not as cool. And I kind of thought it didn't matter because I was like, yo, if we're funny and like interesting and like chaotic, like on a like a normal dating show shit, it'll be fine. But like, nah, people actually watch it for the dates. But if Lovers and Liars was on Netflix or HBO, like with that budget and with those people and with like, it felt like we could do anything on there and they would have supported it. I think I'm biased obviously, but it would probably be like one of the best new reality shows out. Who's not watching that F Girl? Come on. Let's keep going. Are you still with JD? No. Do you regret sending anyone home? Nah. Do you really love JD? Yeah. Be like that. And I actually said it to her on the show, but I said it to her earlier on the show too, on some like regular conversation. It was like the second time I ever talked to JD on the show. And I didn't really know like what she was about. I kind of didn't even know like if she was there for me. I kind of didn't even know if she wanted to be on the show. Like, you know how people are like, I don't want to be here anymore. Like they'll act like that and act all weird. I was like, I don't even know what she's going for. Like she could be, I can't figure her out. And then like, but she said something different than what every girl was saying to me. And she was like, shut up. Or she just said something like real. And I was like, God, I love you. And I said that on camera. And I was like, up. like honestly, it was probably the 50th word I said to her on the show. I was like, I love you. And I was like, oh my God. And so I really did say it on the show. And then I said at the end, obviously, but that was a little more like, you know, dramatic. Didn't come out as natural, obviously. But yeah, I really loved her. Yeah. Starts crying. Did comeback as FBoy just give you a chance at money, or did you have to prove you'd be effing around for a year? No, you just, when you are an FBoy, you just aren't there for a relationship. You're there for everything else. And that's kind of what I was like, I don't think it's actually going to happen that I'll fall in love on the island. That's why I'm an FBoy. Like, I just don't really think, like after already doing it once for love and like not happening, and like I don't really think it's realistic. That's why I was an F-boy. But it changes obviously. Did you get your necklace off of F-Boy Island? No, actually on F-Boy Island season 2 on HBO, someone stole my necklace. It was like my grandma's necklace. It was a golden peso. It was probably worth a lot of money. And I'm not saying the maids took it, but the maids probably took it. And this necklace that I wear all the time is from Etsy. Etsy gang. It was like $7. Shipping probably 15. Are you still dating the F girl, or does she really turn out to be one? Nah, she's not an F girl. She might look F girl and act F girl, but Jan is nice. Very polite, very kind, very respectful. Need you to do a comedy show in Northwest Indiana in March of 2025 for a K9 comedy event. Send the deets, bro. That's insane. But all right. Is there one girl from any season you wish you were dating? Who? Nah, I can't date. I can't do it right now. So no one. Can I get 20? Bro, I don't even have 20. 20 what? 21. Just Just like $20. 20 smacks on the ass. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Do you meet and greet? Do you do meet and greets? I always wanted to meet you. Come to a show. Come to a show. After every single comedy show I do, I'm out in the lobby and I talk to everybody. It's the best part. How does it work out that every guy had the same amount of girls after him? Casting? Honestly, that wasn't the case for Lovers and Liars. I think at one point CJ had like 11 girls going after him. I had like 7 and Casey had like 7. I don't know how many that is. But me and Casey were pretty much even. But CJ literally had like half of the cast going after him, and we're like, all right, bro. Kind of. Oh shit! Kind of made it a little easier, honestly, on us. I was like, if we have less girls, that's less shit we got to deal with. So shout out Kisei. Shout out CJ. Support the troops. Who was the biggest surprise F girl? Fa, probably. I didn't really think she was an F girl. And I kind of can't even remember if she was or not. I think she was. But I was like, really? People were saying behind the scenes she was talking about like all she dates for is money. And like she got caught saying that and it got back to me. But I was still like, you guys could make up any of that shit and I would believe it. So I don't even know what to think. Like the girls could come up with a rumor and they could get to the guys and we'd be like, well, probably. Like we had everybody can lie on that show. So like anything we heard, it was kind of like, okay, got to take it into consideration. What did you do the entire time without your phone? I think I would die from boredom. No, we had like 0 seconds to even think. We had 2 days off, but during those 2 days off, like I was so disconnected with the world. I didn't even, if I would have gotten my phone and like gotten on Instagram, like I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on with anything. So like, and we did get our phones for like 5 minutes and I would get on Instagram for a sec. I'd like sneak it. And like, I just had no clue. I was like, what is what? Who, what? I was so lost that it didn't even matter. So it honestly was kind of nice not being on my phone. It's kind of a relief. We got to wrap it up. All right, I'm going to do one more. Did you ever think you'd meet the one on the show? Absolutely not. Yeah. But I thought it'd give me the best chance. Like I'm a lead on a dating show and the producers know everything about me more than probably I know about myself. I know I've told the producers and shared more with the producers of FBoy and Lovers and Liars. More things that I've even told my family. Like they actually like, and they're always watching. So if I'm in like a one-on-one like interview with one of the producers and they're asking me like very personal questions, I'm like, I got to answer them. And there's 4 people watching this right now. So they know me better than I know me. And they're casting girls for the show, like from all the information I've ever given them. I'm like, yo, this is like Tinder for me and only me. Like this was like an actual dating app, but like with me and my needs in mind and stuff. And I was like, yo, if I find a girl, it's gonna be on this show. Cause they're like here for me. I don't know. It was weird. Did I meet the one? I mean, I'm not with her, so no. Will I ever? Probably not. Okay, one more. Lovers and Liars. Were the guys miserable the entire time? Looked rough, to be honest. No. At some points, it was like tiring to, you know, it's because it's work. It is. It's not like a vacation. It is a vacation and you're on TV. So with that, you're like, okay, I better like do my shit over here. Because you can't just act like it's a vacation the whole time. It's not the way it goes. Like you're there to work. You're getting paid to like be on TV. So you have to like put forth your best performance. And like when you got to be on for, I was there for 2 straight shows. Like it's mentally exhausting. But at the end of the day, you're like, we're on TV. Like, how bad could it be? Like, I could bitch, moan, complain, and be tired, but I'm like, we're on TV and we're dating like all these hot girls. Like, what am I complaining about? So I just like quickly snap out of it. All right, last one. Crush me with those thighs. Last one. Crush me with those thighs. Okay. Whatever you say, bro. And it is a guy, obviously. Everybody's like, and what are your DMs like? They're all like that. You probably have so many girls in your DMs. No, it's all dudes. And if there's girls in my DMs, they're girls that like send me like weird food that they saw at Target and they're like, eat this. And I'm like, all right. My fans are the bomb, dude. All right. Lovers and Liars, ask me anything. There's a ton more. I'm gonna answer the rest on Patreon. So thank you for the questions. Thank you for listening. I love you guys. Thank you for watching Lovers and Liars in FBoy Island. Best reality TV show. Follow the guys, follow the girls. They're all great. And I'll answer the rest of these questions on my Patreon for a little bonus episode. Come to the shows, and I'll see you next week.